So instead of having a silent tip of the day today, I'm gonna have a discussion. It's a discussion I've been wanting to have for a while, but I'm having it with myself in this camera. So join me. Okay, so it's like the concept I got is being grown. That's what I got in quotations. So it's like when you think of the concept of being grown, a lot of people, like, we grew up with people saying, "Oh, you being grown because you acting older than your age." Okay, like that's the world we grew up in. So now the topic that I've brought that in, like channeled that in with, is the leap of faith, having crazy faith and just taking that leap and being different than what's expected of you. Being different than what's expected of you. Going beyond. Something I always admired about children, well, little people, is that their relentless faith. Like, they have relentless faith in their own ability to do the things that we may say is out of the ordinary. Like, we may look at them and be like, but that's their relentless faith. That's how they learn. That's why they ask questions and do things. They want clarity. They want to understand what's in the unknown. They want to know, why are they here? It's deep, ain't it? I know. And it's crazy because, like, we tend to use this word loosely and abuse it too, like the word crazy. Because being, I said, crazy faith. It's like, sometimes you have to look at an impossible task and be crazy enough to believe that it's possible. It's a possibility. It's possible that it can happen. And then you have to be even fucking crazier, excuse my French, but you have to be even crazier to make it a reality, because you already have the crazy faith. You already thinking crazy about it, so you might as well make it a reality, so they can have some, so we can all have something to talk about. I mean, it sounds pretty good to me. That's what I like channeling, and like being grown is like having that crazy faith to do things different than what other people's done before you, and just taking that leap of faith and loving the journey as you do it, gaining knowledge, going into being that inner child again, and appreciating lessons. Because that's one thing a child is going to do, is appreciate the lessons. They may not realize it right then and there, but they're going to appreciate the lessons that they learn. Because I know I did. I appreciate everything that happened to me as a child. Because now we're going back, and now we're going to childhood triggers. I wrote this: when a child feels unable to be themselves, then they begin to emulate what is that they see around them and embody it because it's accepted. But the question is it the pivotal thing to do for the trajectory of their life path? Is it going to take them to a better place in life? Although they're emulating the things that they see us doing. Because I'm putting the child there in me here, because I'm not in that space anymore, even though I still, we forever a child at heart. But anyways, is what they're seeing other people doing pivotal towards getting their life on the right path? Because a lot of times what we see today is not what we're supposed to be doing. Like, we found comfort in being uncomfortable, and it's like these kids that's growing up, they're emulating us. So it's like, how can we be real models, not role models? We're not playing the roles no more. We're being the real models. We're giving them the real deal, so that when they're our age and they're in our shoes, they know how to skate. They know how to skate past the bull. And it's like, then people like to, okay, so then they get to emulate and embody in this energy in which they see that society accepts. So it's like, now how can they be at fault if they were miseducated in the first place? Like, then you gotta go down that rabbit hole. Like, you can't blame people for their miseducation. You can call them ignorant, yes, because to stay miseducated is to be comfortable in your ignorance, and you are ignorant. There's nothing wrong with being ignorant. It's a problem in staying ignorant. That's where the problem comes in at. But hey, because like, you stay ignorant, you lose the values of being grown and making those decisions. If you stay ignorant to what you like and what you don't like, and what just everything, like, if you just practice ignorance, then you won't get to where you want to go. Like, no, like, your energy becomes stagnant. That's the word I'm looking for. It stagnates your energy. And like, that's how as children, little people, like when you're that age, we tend to lose touch with our light, because we begin to grow into bitter and resentful adults, because we've been moving at the beat of somebody else's drum, but we can't even hear our own thump. It's like, you get so caught into the belief systems of everybody else that you begin to lose sight of your own beliefs, your own love, self-love. Because like, any other feeling that you have, it all boils down to love, regardless if it's fear or anything. It's all love at the end of the day. But like, if we keep feeding into that energy of what other people want and what other people expect, and what they're labeling being grown, is like, nah, it's not that you're being grown. It's that you see what's of value to you. You see what's of value to your future. You know what you expect of yourself. Because it's like, you have to expect different things of yourself. You have to expect different things of yourself than people expect of you. Because people gonna want you they're gonna project their hopes and fears onto you. But their life is their own. Yours is your own. That's why you held yourself to a higher standard than you do anybody else. And if that brings out the worst in people around you, then that's just their own problems. But you take these experiments and experiences that you had at a young age, and you take the knowledge and the wisdom that you gain from that, and you share it with the world, you share it with the people, you share it with others, so that they don't make that same mistake you did. Like, life could be so much simple if we all just do that. Take the knowledge and the skills, everything that we've learned, internalize, understanding in ourselves, and we take it out and we just spread it to everybody. We just share our knowledge. Like, that's what the internet is for real. But we use it for everything under the sun, but what it's typically supposed to be used for, what it was designed for. And like, one thing I learned is, like, you will never be good enough for people judging you based on their own internal bias, from their own inner conflicted perspective. Ooh, hold on, let me repeat that. You will never be good enough for people that's judging you based on their own inner conflict. Like, if this is a battle that they're battling with themselves, how can you expect them to judge you properly? How can you expect them to understand your shoe size and try to wear it? Like, they're not able to, because they're so caught up in here that they can't see here. Okay? And it's like, and if you grow up trying to live up to people's expectations, it can manifest as like people pleasing, seeking external validation, not feeling good enough, projecting hopes and fears, jealousy, envy, wrath, and obsessions, addictions, just all that negativity, all that comes from your childhood triggers and traumas, like, and it all comes from losing that sense of self at a young age because someone stopped you from taking that leap of faith and finding out who you are. The pain manifests differently in everyone, and that's where we are all connected, because although we have different life experiences, it's meant to bring us the same understanding of its role in our lives. Ooh, that was deep. I love that. It takes time to understand self. That's why we have to make a lifetime commitment to being better today than we were yesterday, making better decisions and instilling those lost values into yourself and the environment around you. Like, you have to be able to practice what you preach. You have to lead by example. That's the only way a leader can be of value to his people, if it's leading by example. To me, that's what I call being grown, because growing, it means you're growing and not decaying by the decisions from a growth mindset. But that's my tip of the day.